Carondelet High School in Concord, California, an all-girls Catholic school, decided it would be a great idea to serve fried chicken, watermelon, and cornbread in honor of Black History Month. How stupid can people be? How do you not know that that's going to be wildly offensive? So first of all, let me just say, that sounds fucking delicious, and I would like some of it right now. But more importantly, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? How can you think that's a good idea? So everybody was outraged, parents, teachers, student union groups. So the school had to come out immediately and apologize. And just so everybody is clear, the reason that this is an issue is that it celebrates racial stereotypes from the slave era and the Jim Crow era in the South, because what came with those stereotypes was the next batch of stereotypes, which is that blacks are lazy and they're criminals and, we call you the N-word and we lynch you. Those things go hand in hand. Now, you might think that's an overstatement, but it's not. They literally came hand in hand. All those stereotypes came out of the same era. They were repeated by the same people. So here are the two most important facts when talking about this. Number one, you know where the fried chicken caricature was born? The 1915 Ku Klux Klan glorifying movie, Birth of a Nation, where they show rowdy blacks drinking booze and going to town on fried chicken. And the idea was that, oh, look at how they ate it. They ate it like animals with their hands, and us good white people don't do that. We're more civilized. They're animals, and they're primitive, and they're proving it. So the fried chicken stereotype, it actually came from the KKK's movie, Birth of a Nation. So when I know there's a lot of like white people who dismiss stuff like this, but you have to understand the history of it and understand why it's something that is just out of bounds and out of line, and it's unacceptable. And then number two, according to U.S. government data, the stereotypes aren't even true. Blacks don't eat those foods at a higher rate than the rest of the population. That's nonsense. In fact, they eat less. They eat less watermelon than white people and everyone else. That's according to government data. So the stereotypes aren't true. They're also wildly offensive. They also come out of the KKK era. And the fact that these people weren't fucking smart enough to realize that this might be offensive is beyond my comprehension. Like, look, man, it's one thing if you serve, I know a lot of silly people would probably say, well, so what, man? If you're celebrating Italian Day, you'd serve spaghetti, right? You'd serve spaghetti and pasta and stuff like that, right? That's what you do. Yeah, but there's a big difference here, buddy. So, that was their culture, their cultural food, and it's traditionally their food. But it didn't come about through systems of slavery and degradation and oppression and rape and every other horrible thing under the sun. For the African American community in the U.S., it did come about that way. It did come about that way. So just to be sure that you're not actually pissing off people, by essentially spitting in their eye, maybe it's a good idea to not have openly pathetic stereotypes paraded around and choose this year as your way to celebrate Black History Month.